Well, originally I was trained as a ballet dancer. So initially, I think my main balletic influences must have been people like, Balanchine, Ashton, Macmillan. I was a dancer with the Royal Ballet, so I was very much kind of from that school influenced by them. But I was also very much influenced by neoclassical dancers, so neoclassical choreographers like Forsyth and the contemporary choreographers. But yes, I think originally the ballet choreographers were my influence. And then when I went over I started doing contemporary dance, and I joined Rombe and I became a contemporary dancer. People like Merce Cunningham I was very influenced by, Christopher Bruce, Hans van Maanen. Who else? Pretty much Michael Clark.
Right.
Pretty much, Pina Bausch. So, I mean, the scope's so wide. Yeah. It's like, where do you start, really? My idea, this idea is about Keith Haring and the images and the drawings of Keith Haring. So I'm trying to find a language, it's very difficult. I'm trying to find a language that really complements those visuals, those really strong visuals, and I'm kind of in the process, I think, of doing that. I can't say. I think certain things work, certain movement qualities work, and some don't. Today we had a dress rehearsal in the costume, so they're very specific costumes, and kind of by even doing that, I kind of realized, well, actually some movement qualities aren't working.
Right.
So maybe I'm having to adapt according to what I've chosen as an image and what I've chosen as a costume.
Right.
But I'm trying to put a bit of everything in there, really, and naturally that kind of happens. A bit of everything goes in, but certain things are working and other qualities aren't working, I think. I think working with transition dancers and these dancers have been fantastic because they can respond really well to my ideas, and they really, I think, understand movement quality and movement. I'm really finding that what I'm working with is movement and the quality of it. So what I sometimes have in my head, I might plan something out completely at home and think, this is great, this is going to work, and I come in and it doesn't work at all. So I'm just kind of feeling I'm having to be really adaptable and free in the rehearsal studio, which I think is the hardest thing, because you can get so locked into your idea about how you want it to look. I'm also kind of using quite structured music, so I'm finding that is quite a challenge, but I really wanted to do that. So it's also navigating my way through that, which isn't always easy. I think one naturally sort of gravitates to, well, I do anyway, when I'm working, because the process is quite not stressful, but you a lot of times you won't have enough time to do something, so you gravitate to the people who respond to you in a positive way, or who support you, or people who are willing to try things, willing to go with you to where you want to go to. So I think it's a willingness, it's a willingness, and maybe an alertness that you respond to. But I think everybody has a quality, everybody has something to offer. But when you in that position where you're having to make really quick choices and you need a dancer's support and them to be behind you, and then you naturally gravitate towards them, I think. I was thrilled to be asked, because I think especially to do something in this kind of institution and organization of Laban, there's just this world of creativity and information. And I can really see by working with the dancers, they have this information in their bodies and their understanding of movement. So, I mean, that's exactly what I was expecting, that I'd be working with very responsive, intelligent dancers, you know, in an environment where you can really, I really feel that I can do anything and I would be support. I can take, if I really need to, I can take that risk. I don't feel that it's confined in any kind of way, and I think that feels really, you know, exciting. I don't always live up to. I think it's the hardest thing for me to kind of go beyond what you know and to take that risk, you know, to fulfill that sort of you know, environment that there is. So that's what I'm, you know, yeah.